Hello, everyone. Um, we're just gonna wait a little bit so more people can come in. But nice to meet you, everyone. And I'm just gonna wait a few seconds if that's okay. Maybe this will get cut out of the final. But I see some people are in here now. Nice to meet you guys. My name is Anwar. I think we're supposed to start for at 10 p.m. Japan time. Yeah, Holly, I am with Xplore Asia right now. I'm actually teaching in Japan, but today I'll be talking a bit more about my time in Thailand because with Xplore Asia, um, I just finished a year there and I'm currently teaching in Japan right now. So, yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Actually, in the comments right now, I'll put my Instagram. Oh my gosh. Oh, nope, just press the wrong thing. Okay, we're good. That's my Instagram for if anyone has any questions after today's live, feel free to contact me there. Um, Honestly, it's I'm actually pretty excited about today and would love to answer you guys' questions. Yeah, send me a message anytime you need to. Still got about 3 minutes until 10. But if anybody's in here, how are you guys doing tonight? Or in this morning? I don't know where you are. It's night in Japan, so maybe it's morning where you are. But hi, Lei. Nice to talk to you. Oh, you're in Osaka? I love Osaka. I'll be going over there for summer vacation in a little bit. Love Osaka. Okay. Yeah, it's about 10, so might as well start right now. I'm feeling good. And for anyone who's in here, my name is Anwar Thornton. I am from Chicago in America, and I'm currently teaching in Japan right now. I live in a town called Higashine. It's in Yamagata Prefecture, so obviously very far from Osaka. Kind of rural, but it's not too bad actually. We got some stuff around here. And last year I taught in Thailand for a year, also with Xplore Asia. So today I'm gonna talk about mainly, I'm honestly going to talk about my experience in Thailand because, I've got the full width of that experience. Um, yeah, I'm still relatively new to Japan. I lived in Japan before, but on this, like, teaching experience, I've only been here for about 4 months now. So today, I'm going to mainly talk about my time in Thailand. So let's start with my story. So at first, might help to know my background. I studied abroad in Japan in 2020 during COVID, and after that, I kind of just had my heart like I want to teach in Japan, like I want to live here again. Absolutely loved it. So let's go back to 2020. I studied abroad. In 2021, I moved back to America, graduated from university, and I was like job searching. Like, oh my gosh, I gotta go teach in Japan again. I love Japan. I want to move back there. And could not find a job. Just could not find a job. So I was asking around with my friends, and one of my friends was like, "Hey, have you heard of this company called Xplore?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, just give them a reach out." So I reached out to them, and that's how I got started with Xplore. First I was solely looking for jobs in Japan, and also at this time it was COVID, so still could not find anything. I had one opportunity, but it kind of just passed. And so I'm really disappointed. I still haven't gotten a placement in Japan. Da 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 da. And it just didn't seem like things were gonna work out with Japan at first. And then my mom was like, "Well, why don't you just like live your life a bit and try a new country?" Da 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 da. I'm like, I hadn't really thought of that, but why not? I was kind of bored being home, and I just wanted to just do something, and the thought of a new experience was interesting to me. So, did some research, and it seemed like Explorasia was sending people to Thailand. Now, first of all, I knew like nothing about Thailand before I went to Thailand. Like, I knew Bangkok, I knew Phuket, and that was about it. I didn't know like anything. I didn't know the language. Didn't know anybody in there. Never had. I maybe had Thai food like two times. So it wasn't like I like at first had like a specific love for Thailand. Now I absolutely love Thailand. But that's further down the story. But yeah, so I yeah. So like I said, I never heard of Thailand, and my mom told me so about it, told me to switch, and I did, and great experience. So now I'm going to talk about my story when I first arrived in Thailand. Um, so I arrived late in Thailand, actually. That's a story I'm going to get to when I get to the struggle section, because I can tell you that was a struggle getting in late. But so when you first arrive in Thailand, you are going to have an orientation week. Excuse me. Yeah, so you're going to have an orientation week. And this is like more, obviously it's to get settled into your placement, not your city yet, but the orientation week going to be in Hua Hin if you're in Thailand. It's a nice little city down south of Bangkok. But it's more just like kind of break you into the country, have a little bit of fun. You're going to do things like taking a Muay Thai class. You're going to take a cooking class for Thai food. You get a language lesson. And that language lesson, Thai is very hard language, and I really appreciate that language lesson. The teacher is really cool. Her name's Pear. If you guys end up teaching in Thailand, tell Pear I said hi. She's a good teacher. But that was really fun. You get to meet all the people. They're all arriving from the hotel at the hotel at the same time. Besides me, who was late. Anyway, so after that, you are going to have, well, like if you're like me, you're going to have to get your TESOL, and that's about a month. So you have, first of all, a week for orientation, fun. So like stuff like Muay Thai, cooking class, language class, fun stuff. Then you get to like the more academic side of things, and you are going to like learn how to be a teacher, which is what you're there for. You're there to be a teacher. So during this like TESOL, you're gonna learn how to create a lesson plan. You're gonna like how to deal with students and like how you should and shouldn't. For example, we don't really deal too much with discipline too much because for me, I had a co-teacher, but how to talk to students, da, 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 and you learn a little bit about that stuff, which I was randomly worried about, but there's no reason to be worried about that stuff. And also for your TESOL, something great about what Xplore Asia does is they let you teach an English summer camp. So first of all, I had no teaching experience before I came to Thailand. I was a little bit worried about that, no teaching experience, working as a teacher. But honestly, that summer camp was a great experience for me to kind of like get used to just the actual like teaching aspect. I remember me and my friend, we did not a lecture, like a lesson on directions, but we used that song. It's not the Cha Cha Slide. It's like clap your hands, clap, slide to the left, boo, slide to the right. We use that song to like teach left, right, spin around, And honestly, had such a fun time. I got to embarrass myself a little bit in front of everybody, but hey, that's what being a teacher is. You gotta embarrass yourself a bit, So, but yeah, that helped me get confident just being in front of a group of people. So. Yeah, now let's get on to. Before we get to struggles, let me say about how like the effect this whole experience had on me. First of all, the biggest effects on like my personal self that I learned had from teaching in Thailand, my confidence grew. My confidence, like my social skills, they grew from this entire experience of living in Thailand, honestly. Like I said, being a teacher, you're gonna have to embarrass yourself. You gotta embarrass yourself. You just gotta have fun and relax in front of people. And honestly, even this live is probably something like I wouldn't have done before I taught in Thailand, but now this is something like I'm totally comfortable with. Like I've been in front of classes of like 50 students, so this is like nothing. Doing a live with one viewer, which is Lay right now. But hey, hopefully you guys can watch it later. But yeah, like I said, confidence, social skills, and really just dealing with things spontaneously. You're gonna find out teaching specifically in Thailand. In Japan, things are a bit more planned, set out. You have your schedule, you have your lessons, you're going to do this, da 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 da. In Thailand, it's kind of just like, do whatever you want, go. So I just got pushed into the fire. Lay, do you still keep in touch with people you met in Thailand? Oh, yeah, all the time. I'm actually going to go back there in November for my friend's wedding. But yeah, honestly, I met some like lifelong friends from Thailand. Like honestly, from this orientation week, I forgot to mention, I like met a great group of friends from orientation just from doing all the activities. Like and I keep remembering stuff now. But so sometimes they're gonna have like events you could do on the weekend. So like maybe it's like going on a hike or going to find exploring cave or going on a safari. And these are optional. You should definitely do these. You're gonna like it's not like a big group of people that's gonna do this stuff. It's like the people are just willing to say yes. Like that's the people that are gonna do those type of activities. And those are the people you want to be friends with, honestly. So yeah, I met a lot of people from orientation. And not like, obviously after orientation, you go to where your placement is. But I kept in contact with these people the whole time. Where I was in Thailand was a place called Ayutthaya. So I ended up, like, that's not that far from Bangkok. So I could just easily meet with people in Bangkok on the weekends. So yeah, I definitely still keep in touch with people I met in Thailand. And even if you're in Japan too, it's actually pretty easy to make friends here as well. For where I live in Japan right now, there's actually like a decent amount of foreigners for some place like out in the middle of nowhere, which is crazy. But I'm in the same apartment building with like 5 other teachers, 4 of them also from Xplore Asia. So yeah, I mean, it's just easy to meet friends. We're all here to do the same thing and going through the same experiences. So just because you guys have those similarities, it's pretty easy to meet friends. All right, now let's get to some stories with struggles. So I was asked to talk about a little bit about my struggles, and of course that's important too, because you're gonna have some struggles when you do an experience like this. I think personally, for me, I had some different struggles than some other people might have. So maybe if you watch some of the other lives, my struggles are gonna be a bit different. But my first struggle, as I mentioned earlier, I came to Thailand late. I was the last person to show up from my orientation group to Thailand. So you might ask, well, why did you show up late? This was truly my fault. And the reason why I showed up late, and it's funny that I'm telling this now, because to be honest, honestly, I've lied to like everybody about why I was actually late to Thailand. I was actually late to Thailand because I was being lazy. I was being so lazy. When I was coming to Thailand, you need to get a Thai pass, which you don't need this anymore. But they Xplore Asia like typed out in their documents like get a Thai pass, get a Thai pass, make sure to get your Thai pass. Guess what I didn't do? I showed up to the airport, just my flight in hand, just thinking I'm gonna pop over to Thailand. Nope. Oh, I get stopped. Sir, where's your Thai pass? I was like, Thai pass? What's that? What? You said a Thai pass? I don't know anything about a Thai pass. And obviously got shut off the flight. Could not go to Thailand. And I was lazy. First of all, they pointed out like you need a Thai pass. So my advice, before you come to teach, make sure you read all of the documents. Like, I know it's boring. Just like read everything. Just like read it all. Okay? Because you're just gonna end up like me and being late because you forgot to get a Thai pass. So that was my first struggle. And how I overcame it was just from then on, literally reading every single thing that they sent me. Because obviously there's important stuff in there. My second struggle was actually the first impression of my town where I was placed in. I was placed in a town called Ayutthaya, and it was crazy because coming from Hua Hin, I just want to say that month of like orientation in TESOL was like probably like just one of the best just like months of my life. Just like a period of just a month, like the orientation week was just top 5 months of my life. Top 3 months of my life, yeah. So maybe number 1, I don't know. But so coming from Hua Hin to Ayutthaya, I didn't really like Ayutthaya as much, and I was like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? Like, oh my gosh, this town is like, eh. I remember the first day I came to Ayutthaya, it was raining, it was nasty. I got shown these apartments, and the apartment I ended up staying in had like a hole in the roof, and like the water was like pouring in. I was like, oh, this place is. So yeah, I actually ended up moving out of there. But so like I said, it was my first day in Ayutthaya, and I just was really down because I'm like, wow, I like messed up. Like, why am I doing this? But and for like a little backstory, my apartment, I was like sharing with a person, but I had the smaller room. There's like no key to my door. I didn't have a key, and also only one person had the key, and like the key that couldn't be remade or something. And then like my personal door like wouldn't close. In my room, my window wouldn't close fully. In the shower, like there's no window to like let it ventilate. Stuff like that. And there's lizard poop on my bed when I first got there, and there's lizards all running around, and there's chickens clucking everywhere, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to get out of here. So, funny enough, I actually did move, which was a fantastic experience. I literally got up out of that apartment after a month, and I ended up moving somewhere closer to where my school is located, right downtown of Ayutthaya, at a place called Red Cup. I was living above a bar, so it was a bunch of like college age people. Great decision ever. If you get placed in Ayutthaya in Thailand, highly suggest living at Red Cup on the upstairs floor of Red Cup. Top tier decision. I could literally walk to school. It was great. Yeah, literally chickens. Like, look at all those chickens, you know? Like, the landlord is keeping chickens for some reason. But, yes. So, that was my struggles, like I said. My coming late to Thailand, my advice on that, read all the documents they send. And my second struggle was my first impression of my town. I love Ayutthaya now, so which is why I want to move into the next part of the segment, which is the best part about teaching in Thailand. I'm going to answer some of the questions. So I'll try to answer this from the Japan aspect as well, because I've been here teaching here for 4 months now. So let's start with Thailand, and then I'll get to the best parts about teaching in Japan. So, the best parts about teaching in Thailand. Number one, they appreciate their teachers. I've noticed this, that they have a holiday in Thai. It's called Wai Kru. A Y is like a little bow they do, like this. But they have a holiday called Wai Kru, and Y is this, and Kru means teacher. And basically, it's like a whole day where they just like appreciate their teachers, and you're included. Like as an English teacher, like you are included on this. They really respect the position of a teacher, just the citizens in general. So you'll be around town and you'll just like say like, "Oh, I'm a teacher." They're like, "You're a teacher? Like have this discount." Da 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 da. Or like the students like really respect you. Like on Y Crew, they'll like Y to you and they'll give you gifts. Like you really get appreciated as a teacher. And also teaching in Thailand, you're gonna have like teacher events. Like I got to play. This is one of like my coolest experience there. But I got to like be a part of my school's basketball team. And like it was like the teachers from my school like played the teachers from like the other schools in town. And that was like such a fun experience because like I feel like they wouldn't have like something like that where I'm from, where like obviously we have like kids basketball teams, but there's no like teachers basketball teams, you know. And I got to play on like the teachers basketball team. That was super fun. They made a big deal about that. They had all the kids in the gym. It was awesome. Second best part about teaching in Thailand, they let you be in charge. So really, in Thailand, they're kind of just gonna shove you out there. I'm gonna be honest. They're gonna shove you out there, and they're gonna be okay. Go teach. That's it. Just go teach. So that could be concerning to some people, but in a way, it's kind of nice because you really have like a lot of flexibility with your lesson plans. If you're making those, you can play games with the kids. If you want, you can end class early a bit. It's totally cool. Next best part about teaching in Thailand, the weather is amazing. The weather is constantly warm. It's sunny. It doesn't snow. It doesn't snow. You can pop down to the beach if you want, if you're near a beach, anytime. There's really only like 2 bad months in which is going to pour torrential rain a lot, but you just got to survive those 2 months. For like the rest is like paradise. Food is delicious, very spicy if you like spicy food. Next best part about teaching in Thailand, genuine people. Thai people are so incredibly nice. I could not speak their language. We bonded immediately. Like they are very social, they're very fun people, and I could tell like if you go to like some other places, like you might get some fake nices, but I feel like in Thailand, the people are like just genuinely like very genuine, very kind. Okay, three more, three more best parts about teaching in Thailand. School lunch. School lunch is served buffet style for the teachers. You could just like pig out every day and have a variety of Thai foods. It's delicious. School lunch is awesome. The kids are super fun, and also they really like respect you, and they're kind of just gonna love that you're a foreigner. So I like have it's funny because I get like line messages from my students now, and they'll be like, "Teacher, sing." If I want to say it, uh, like, do I need to add? If I say I want to sing now, do I have to say sing-ing? And I'm like, hi, yes, you add ing. So that's fun. The kids are awesome, and they really appreciate you. I've had students message me like, I didn't even think I was the best teacher, but they're like, wow, like we really were kind of inspired to teach English, learn more of English about you, learn more about English from you. And even if I wasn't the best teacher, I was just happy that I could like just inspire the kids to study English more. And the last best thing about teaching in Thailand, if you go to Thailand, my personal suggestion, try Muay Thai. Muay Thai is basically kickboxing. It is the best form of cardio ever. I instantly fell in love with Muay Thai. I live in Japan now, but I actually still do martial arts here, and Muay Thai is my martial art. So Japan is the land of karate, but I still do Muay Thai here. I trained a year in Muay Thai in Thailand. Got pretty good at it. I'm gonna have my first fight coming up here in Japan pretty soon. I actually like just happened to find like an amazing Muay Thai gym in Japan. So, and also the trainers, they're really fun. They're gonna yell at you, but it's like it's all love. Like I even had my trainer, my Muay Thai trainer, saw me off at the airport when I was leaving Thailand. So I kind of felt like, oh. But let me tell you about the best parts about teaching in Japan. So Japan, it's a little bit different situation. If you're more of like a organized, like I want this done now type person, that's what teaching in Japan is a bit more like. I feel like it's a bit more regimented. It's a bit more scheduled. They're gonna have everything planned out, and by any means, like, if that's your style, Japan is gonna be a better option for you than Thailand. And I think I could deal with both, so that was great. Food, I would say personally, I love Thai food. I like love Japanese food. Japanese food is like it's just like something about Japan. Like just everything tastes good. It's kind of crazy. Like you could go to like a local restaurant, it's gonna taste good. You could try some foreign food, it's gonna taste good. They just like use good ingredients here. I don't know. um, for me, teaching in Japan, I got a car, which is really nice. You can kind of get around pretty easily with a car. I think most people will probably get a car if you come teach to Japan. And one more thing about Japan, and this can go for Thailand as well. The nature is fantastic. The nature is fantastic. I live out in the country, so you just see like the prettiest like sight you'll just like ever see, like just on a daily basis. It's crazy. And also, I want to talk a little bit more about Thailand too. You have some great nature there too. You have beaches, mountains, all types of nature there too. So I can vouch both nature is great in Japan and Thailand. Like so interesting. You explained teaching. Oh, thank you. And made you. Oh, you lived in Thailand too. Yeah, I guess we got the same experience living both in Japan and Thailand. Absolutely love both countries. Absolutely had a great time in both countries. Okay, so moving on. Best experiences. So best experiences in Thailand. This is gonna be a funny story. So we had a New Year's party at my school. And to be honest, I thought this was just gonna be a regular New Year's party. You go to your with your like company, you know. I thought it was gonna be just nice and relaxing, maybe stand by the water cooler, have a couple quick like water cooler discussions. How's the weather today? Da 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 da. No, this was like an actual fun New Year's party I had with the coworkers at my school. It was crazy. I remember going in there, and the first thing that they do, it's like a raffle thing, and like you choose a number, and then you get a gift. And these were like legit gifts. Like I got like people were winning like fans, TVs, like giant stuffed animals, like actual stuff you want. That's like the welcome into the party. Then you sit down and they start like having all the kids coming out and doing performances. You've got like the teachers singing, you've got people playing instruments. The Even though it's like it's funny because this is at school, but they had the alcohol flowing a little bit, so it was fun to just watch the teachers getting drunk. And I was like, and they got the food, they have food, and they just keep bringing rounds and rounds and rounds of food to your table. And then, like, not only could you win, like, TVs at the front of the party, but then, like, you could win, like, money throughout the rest of the party. I don't know, but that was one of my best experiences in Thailand. We're just thinking, oh, just another, like, New Year's party at my school. And then just having, like, an absolute blast. Um, Next best experience in Thailand, school trip to Khao Yai. Um, Khao Yai is like we did like an English camp for my school at kind of like a resort area in Thailand called Khao Yai, and I thought like kind of here just work. It was like I had so much fun. Like we had this like giant bus. I was uh Oh, for background, my school was an all-girls high school. So I was in this bus full of like screaming high school girls at like 6 a.m. on like a 4-hour bus ride. And you'd think that would be bad, but they had like the music like blasting in the bus, and like all the girls were like yelling up and screaming, and like they're having their little karaoke back there. Like at Khao Yai when we got there, obviously did like regular English camp activities, but then like I remember we had like a dance festival, and they had send off for the seniors. So it was like the cutest thing ever. You have all the underclassmen like tying little ribbons around the seniors' arms, sending them off, and people were crying. It was just one wild experience. And on the way back, everybody just got to ride ATVs. We just stopped at them place, and like I had like my 60-year-old Thai co-teachers just like riding on an ATV. It was super fun. And uh, next best experience, my birthday party. So, like I said, I definitely grew a lot as a person in Thailand. I became more confident. I became more social. And for the first time, I decided to plan a birthday party. So I invited all my friends from first Xplore Asia orientation. I invited my friends from Ayutthaya. I invited my Thai friends I met from Muay Thai. And we rented a house in Bangkok, which you can do pretty cheap, honestly. Um, yeah, you could rent a house in Bangkok pretty cheap. We had a house in Bangkok for the night. Oh my gosh, This is like I'm like an introvert. This is something I would not do unless I taught in Thailand. I had like about 25 people in this Airbnb in Bangkok, and just had like I was so glad I did that. I never thought I would plan my own birthday party, but just it made it easy. Just meeting so many people from all around and just bringing them together. It was a great experience. Last thing, my when I first arrived to Ayutthaya, I told you guys about how like I didn't really enjoy my town too much, and I would say like my first like getting broken into the town. Um, we had an event where all the teachers, the foreign teachers, had like this boat cruise on the Ayutthaya River. So we had like this full dinner cruise, and everybody dressed up, and we got to meet people, have dinner, and I made a lot of friends just from that boat cruise. And we had the karaoke pumping. Oh my gosh, it just brings back incredible memories. But yeah, it looks like we are almost out of time. So yeah, I'll just go over some quick things to finish off. Um, Whether you're in Japan or Thailand, I think you make enough money to live pretty well. You're gonna make a lot of friends. You're gonna grow as a person. Um, Make sure if you're in Japan, go to your local ramen shop. Do not go to Ichiran. It's overrated. Go to your local ramen shop. They're gonna have better ramen. And if you live in Thailand, eat a lot of pad krapao. And I see Lei. Thank you so much, Anwar. Hope we can meet at one of the Japan meetups. Yeah, me too, Lei. Hope we can meet at one of the Japan meetups. I'd love to get to know uh, and hang out with any of the other ALTs in Japan or whatever position you are. But yeah, if you want to follow me or ask me any questions, my Instagram's pinned at the top. It's at Warskilove, at WARSKILUV on Instagram. Feel free to ask me any questions. I was super excited to do this, and I'd be more than interested in helping anybody else out who needed help. So yeah, feel free to shoot me a message. And thank you guys. And thank you, Lei. And like I said, hope to get to see you at one of the Japan meetups. Bye bye.